Standup Comedy, your host and MC, presents Comedy Appetizers, a podcast where you will find short comedy sets, stories, and funny bits from the famous and not so famous. Here is your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Hey, welcome back to Comedy Appetizers. We have a terrific short set for you from one of Northern California's favorites, Jack Gallagher. This guy's done a little bit of TV. He has had many very successful one-man shows, and in the Northern California, Sacramento area, he is considered one of the finest. So let's hear a little bit of stand-up comedy. Sit back and share a smile with the comedy of Jack Gallagher.
We hope you're having fun. You guys having a good time? Ready for more comedy? All right. Well, we're very proud to present one of the best in the business. This gentleman is originally from Boston, works all over the country. As I mentioned, you can see him regularly on all the late-night talk shows. He's got some upcoming appearances with Dolly Parton and the Pointer Sisters, and we're very proud to have him right here on Laughs Unlimited. Please, a nice big round of applause, Mr. Jack Gallagher, right here. Jack Gallagher.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, that was very nice. What if I suck, though? Saturday night will be blown. And Scott, thank you for the announcements. Any more announcements you could have made? Could you have made any more? You didn't run through the movie times over at the Tower Theater.
Sorry, 8 o'clock.
So, nice to be here on a Saturday. Everybody out for Saturday. Everybody looks so nice up front. So, living here, as Scott mentioned now, from Boston originally. Grew up in Boston and now living in Sacramento. Kind of a cultural shock. I suppose there is none here, basically. But no. Sacramento's a nice place to live unless you're being killed and buried in somebody's backyard, and then it's kind of... Sure, you laugh at the Dorothea Puente jokes, but the good guy jokes, they don't get a laugh yet. People are still going, ugh. But Dorothea Puente, she's funny. Remember right after she knocked all those people off, did you read in the paper where the guy next door said, "My oranges have never been bigger"? He actually said that. The biggest oranges I've ever grown. I was wondering why. Well, enjoy those at breakfast there, Sparky. That ought to be great. It's got to have a bitter aftertaste to them, don't they? Oh, for Christ's sake, look, this is what we're doing here. Some of the shit is made up. Don't be going, ooh, it's funny, it's funny. We're going to make it up as we go along. So how are you, ma'am? You doing great? Is this your husband? It is your husband. How are you, sir? A couple of married folks. How long have you been married? 3 years. Wow, so you're newlyweds. That's great. How long did you know each other before you got married? How long were you dating? 5 years. So you had a little trouble finding the trigger there, didn't you? I'll ask her tomorrow. Oh, fuck it. No, I won't. I won't do that either. I'll just... Yeah, so you have any kids? You're married? You have kids? You have one? A little boy. A little boy. People always say that. Little. Well, how big is he now? I thought you were going to say he was 16. 16 months. He's 16. We've been married for 3 years. This is the new math. How do people do that with babies? Do you know? Why don't you just call me like he's a year and a half? Why don't you say that? It's 16 months. People always do that. They don't give him a real age for a long time. You know what I'm saying? How old is he? 49 months. Well, okay. Switch over to daylight saving time whenever you feel comfortable with him. Gonna keep him for a while. The little boy's healthy. Yeah. My wife, as Scott mentioned, just had a baby on Sunday. So, well, thank you, ma'am. That's very nice of you. Thank you very much. The goofiest thing about that was that when she was pregnant, people would say to me, "What do you want, little boy? Little girl?" They'd always preface it with little. Little. No, we want something huge. We want to give birth to a 45-year-old plumber named Russ. That's what we want. We want some guy with a hard hat and a fucking thermos coming out of there. Boy, it's all wet in there. I'm all wrinkled up. Look at me. And the other thing people said was, "When'd she do?" October. Hey, I know somebody born in October. Well, imagine that, Mr. Popularity. 5 billion people in the world, 12 months. What are the fucking odds? You'd know somebody. Boy, I'd hate to have your Christmas list, I'll tell you. She did have the, it's great. I mean, you'll have to indulge me for a minute because, we've been married for 11 years and we've been together for 6 years and this is our first baby. It is. We've been together 16, so. We waited a long time. We waited to have kids because we didn't want people to, think we had to get married. People will talk. We were adamant, both of us, I shouldn't say she, we were both adamant about not having kids for a really long time, for several reasons that we'll get into a little later, but we didn't want them, so we tried really hard not to have them, and we didn't have them. Then when she decided we wanted them, or we decided we wanted them, she was trying just as hard to have them. You know what I'm talking about? We had charts up on the wall, we had flow periods, we knew when to come and when not to come to the house, you know what I'm saying? It was like Desert Storm. She's saying, we're going to start here. I want you to move down through here, go by the clown, I will meet you here. And when the spontaneity is kind of taken out of it, you know what I mean? When she says, I'll see you at 4 o'clock, it's like, well, okay, I'll try and be there. It's not very exciting. She's standing outside the room at 3:45 with a compass, a map, and a miner's helmet, Let's go! Okay.
That was Jack Gallagher live on stage. As I mentioned, he is a Northern California guy. He's done a little bit of TV. He's got some great one-man shows and plays locally a lot. But you could see a very funny guy. We hope you enjoyed this little short comedy set. Be sure to tell your family and friends. Comedy Appetizers, here to bring you a smile each and every Friday. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Comedy Appetizers. Be sure to share with family and friends, and we will see you this Sunday for our regular podcast, your host and MC, and again next Friday for another episode of Comedy Appetizers. Bye!